In the far reaches of the galaxy, nestled within the Auroran Nebula, lay a desolate planet named Xylor. Once a beacon of advanced civilization, Xylor was now a ghostly remnant of its former glory, ravaged by a relentless plague. Among the ruins of this once thriving world lived the last surviving members of the Thalrix race: Zarek, the wise and steadfast patriarch; Mira, his nurturing and resilient mate; and their two children, Leora, a bright and curious adolescent, and Kale, a precocious and imaginative young boy. The Thalrix were a unique species, their iridescent skin shimmering with hues of blue and green under the light of Xylor's twin suns. Their society had flourished for millennia, known for its advancements in technology and art. However, the sudden and catastrophic outbreak of the plague had decimated their population, leaving the Thalrix family as the final remnants of their kind. As the plague spread, the Thalrix sent desperate distress signals to neighboring planets and their once allies. Messages of plea and hope echoed across the cosmos, but fear of the contagion led to cold, unyielding silence. The Thalrix watched helplessly as one by one, their potential saviors abandoned them. Their once vibrant world grew darker each day, and the light of hope dimmed within their hearts. One particularly bleak evening, as the family huddled together in their home, a structure of organic design that pulsed faintly with bioluminescent light, Leora's sensitive ears picked up a faint hum in the distance. She rushed outside, her eyes widening in awe as a small silver ship descended from the sky, its thrusters glowing softly in the twilight. The ship landed smoothly, and a group of humans emerged, clad in sleek protective suits. The leader of the group, Dr. Sarah Lawson, stepped forward, her face visible through the transparent visor of her helmet. She was a seasoned scientist with a reputation for tackling the galaxy's most challenging crises. Her team, consisting of Dr. Ethan Myers, a brilliant virologist, and two skilled medical technicians, followed closely behind. Dr. Lawson's voice, though filtered through her helmet's communication system, carried a tone of empathy and determination. "We heard your call," she said, her gaze meeting Zarek's. "We're here to help." Zarek, though weakened by the plague, straightened with a mixture of surprise and relief. "We thought no one would come," he admitted, his voice trembling with emotion. The humans quickly set to work, setting up a makeshift medical facility within the Thalrix home. Dr. Lawson and her team began running tests to understand the plague's nature. The Thalrix family, though frail, assisted in any way they could, providing samples and sharing their knowledge of the disease's progression. Dr. Lawson briefed her team as they worked. "We need to identify the pathogen and develop a cure as quickly as possible. The Thalrix are running out of time." Days turned into weeks as the humans worked tirelessly, often foregoing sleep and rest. Dr. Myers discovered that the plague was not a natural phenomenon, but a highly engineered bioweapon, designed to adapt and resist treatment. This revelation added a layer of urgency to their mission. Meanwhile, the Thalrix family, despite their suffering, found solace in the humans' presence. Leora, fascinated by human technology and medicine, shadowed Dr. Lawson, eager to learn and help. Kale, inspired by the stories of Earth and human bravery, spent hours drawing pictures of the humans' ship and their home planet. During quiet moments, Zarek and Mira shared stories of their once prosperous civilization with the humans, speaking of their culture, achievements, and the dreams they held for future generations. These exchanges fostered a bond between the two species, uniting them in their shared fight against the plague. One evening, as the twin suns set and cast a golden hue across the barren landscape, Dr. Lawson and Dr. Myers called the Thalrix family together. "We've developed a treatment," Dr. Lawson announced, holding up a vial of shimmering serum. "It's not a cure yet, but it could stabilize your condition and buy us more time." With cautious optimism, the Thalrix patriarch, Zarek, volunteered to receive the first dose. The family and the human team watched anxiously as Dr. Lawson administered the serum. Hours passed, and to everyone's relief, Zarek's condition showed signs of improvement. His breathing steadied, and some color returned to his iridescent skin. Encouraged by this success, the humans produced more serum and treated the rest of the family. slowly but surely, the Thalrics began to regain their strength. Their recovery brought a renewed sense of hope and determination to both the humans and the Thalrics. The Thalrics family, once on the brink of extinction, now had a fighting chance. The humans, having risked their lives to answer a distant call for help, had proven that compassion and courage could transcend the boundaries of species and distance. As the stars began to twinkle in the night sky, the Thalrics and their human saviors looked to the future with a shared resolve, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead together. With the Thalrics family's conditions stabilizing, the humans knew their mission was far from complete. Dr. Sarah Lawson, ever the pragmatist, recognized that while the serum was a temporary solution, a permanent cure was essential. The team had to act quickly before the plague mutated again, or the Thalrics' remaining strength waned. Dr. Lawson, accompanied by Dr. Ethan Myers and the medical technicians, set up a more advanced laboratory within the Thalrics' home. Their immediate goal was to study the pathogen's structure in greater detail and develop a cure that could eliminate it completely. Each day they worked tirelessly, often pushing the limits of their endurance. Leora, the Thalrics' adolescent, had become an invaluable part of the team. Her innate intelligence and curiosity, combined with her growing understanding of human technology and medicine, made her an eager and capable assistant. Dr. Lawson often found herself impressed by Leora's quick learning and determination. "You're a natural, Leora," Dr. Lawson said one evening as they pored over the latest data. "With your help, we're getting closer to understanding this plague." Leora's eyes shone with pride and determination. "I want to save my family and my people. I won't give up." The humans also needed to communicate their progress and findings back to Earth. They used their ship's communication array to send regular updates, requesting additional resources and sharing critical information about the bioweapon. Earth's scientific community, now aware of the Thalrics' plight, mobilized to support the mission, sending data, potential treatments, and moral support. Dr. Myers, deeply engrossed in his work, discovered a crucial clue in the pathogen's genetic code. The bioweapon had a unique signature, a marker that indicated its artificial origin. This discovery confirmed their suspicion that the plague was a deliberate attack, but the question of who created it and why remained unanswered. As Dr. Myers shared his findings with the team, Dr. Lawson couldn't help but feel a mixture of anger and determination. "We need to find out who did this," she said, her voice firm, "not just to save the Thalrics, but to prevent this from happening to any other species." Meanwhile, Zarek and Mira, though still recovering, provided valuable insight into their people's history and technology. Zarek, with his vast knowledge of Thalric science, offered theories and suggestions that helped the humans refine their approach. Mira, ever the nurturing presence, cared for her children and the humans, ensuring everyone was well-fed and rested. One afternoon, as the twin suns bathed the landscape in warm light, Cale approached Dr. Myers with a curious question. "Dr. Myers, will our world be beautiful again?" Dr. Myers smiled gently at the young boy. "We're doing everything we can to make sure it will be, Cale. Your world has a lot of beauty left in it, and we won't let that be lost." As the days turned into weeks, the bond between the Thalrics and the humans grew stronger. They shared meals, stories, and moments of quiet reflection. The humans learned about the Thalrics' culture, their art, and their dreams, while the Thalrics gained a deeper understanding of human resilience and compassion. One night, as they gathered around a holographic fire created by the humans' technology, Zarek spoke of a time when their world was a beacon of light and knowledge in the galaxy. His voice, though still weak, carried a note of hope. "We will rebuild with your help. Our future is not lost." Dr. Lawson nodded, her resolve unwavering. "We'll see this through together, Zarek. We won't let your people be forgotten." As they continued their work, Dr. Lawson and her team began to see the fruits of their labor. The data pointed to a promising path for a permanent cure. However, they knew that creating and administering the cure would be just the beginning. They needed to ensure that the Thalrics could rebuild and thrive once more. The team's unity and shared purpose became their greatest strength. Each member, human and Thalrics alike, brought unique skills and perspectives to the table. Together, they formed a cohesive unit, driven by the belief that no species should be left to die in the darkness. As the stars glittered above Xylor, the humans and the Thalrix family forged ahead, determined to bring light and life back to a world on the brink of extinction. Their journey was far from over, but with each passing day, hope grew stronger, and the bonds of friendship deepened, guiding them toward a brighter future. The air on Xylor carried a palpable tension as Dr. Lawson, Dr. Myers, and their team worked around the clock, chasing every lead and refining their approach to the plague. They had already achieved significant milestones, but a true cure still eluded them. Yet, their perseverance was about to pay off. One particularly grueling night, Dr. Myers noticed a pattern in the pathogen's behavior. The bioweapon's genetic code contained sequences that could be manipulated to trigger self-destruction. It was a revolutionary discovery, a potential Achilles heel within the plague itself. "Sarah, look at this," Dr. Myers called out, his excitement breaking through his fatigue. "I think we've found a way to turn the pathogen against itself." Dr. Lawson quickly joined him, her eyes scanning the data. "This is it, Ethan. This could be the key to developing a permanent cure." The team immediately set to work, designing a targeted therapy that could exploit this vulnerability. Using advanced gene editing techniques, they created a new serum designed to deactivate the bioweapon's harmful properties. The breakthrough brought a renewed sense of hope and energy to their efforts. As they prepared to test the new serum, the Thalrix family watched with bated breath. Zarth, ever the stoic leader, maintained his calm demeanor, though his eyes betrayed his anxiety. Mira held Leora and Kale close, their iridescent skin glowing softly under the laboratory lights. Dr. Lawson administered the first dose to Zarth, monitoring his vital signs closely. The minutes that followed felt like hours. The room was silent, save for the beeping of medical monitors and the hum of the equipment. Slowly but surely, the serum began to take effect. Zareth's breathing steadied, and the discoloration on his skin started to fade. His vital signs improved, showing signs of genuine recovery rather than temporary stabilization. "It's working," Dr. Lawson whispered, her voice filled with awe and relief. "The cure is working." The team quickly administered the serum to the rest of the Thalrix family. As each member began to show signs of recovery, the weight of their collective fear and desperation started to lift. Leora, ever the curious and brave spirit, insisted on helping the humans document the process and refine the serum further. With the immediate crisis averted, the team turned their attention to the origin of the plague. Dr. Myers' earlier discovery that the pathogen was a bioweapon meant they had to find out who created it and why. The evidence pointed towards a rogue faction known as the Zarth, notorious for their ruthless tactics and technological prowess. "We need to gather more information about the Zarth," Dr. Lawson stated, her mind already strategizing. "If they're behind this, we have to stop them from using this bioweapon again." The humans and Thalrix devised a plan to infiltrate the Zarth's stronghold and gather evidence. Leora, now more determined than ever, volunteered to join the mission. Her intimate knowledge of Thalrix technology and her growing understanding of human methods made her an invaluable asset. Zarth, though initially reluctant, agreed to let Leora go. "You've proven yourself, Leora. Be brave and bring justice to our people." The small team prepared for their journey, equipping themselves with the necessary tools and technology. The mission was fraught with danger, but the stakes were too high to ignore. The Thalrix and humans had formed a bond forged in adversity and hope, and together they would face the new challenge head-on. As they set off towards the Zarth's base, the team encountered numerous obstacles. The terrain was treacherous, and the Zarth had deployed patrols to guard their secrets. The journey tested their resolve and resourcefulness, but their shared goal kept them moving forward. During a quiet moment, as they rested and planned their next move, Leora approached Dr. Lawson. "Do you think we'll succeed?" she asked, her voice tinged with both hope and fear. Dr. Lawson placed a reassuring hand on Leora's shoulder. "We have to believe we will. We've come this far and we've already achieved so much. Together, we're stronger than any challenge we face." Their resolve hardened. The team pressed on. They reached the Zarth's stronghold, a fortress of cold steel and advanced technology. Using their combined skills, they infiltrated the facility, evading detection and gathering crucial evidence about the bioweapon and the Zarnith's plans. What they discovered was shocking. The Zarnith had intended to unleash the plague on other worlds, creating chaos and destruction across the galaxy. The Thalriks had been their first target, a test to perfect their weapon of mass devastation. Determined to stop the Zarnith and prevent further atrocities, the team sabotaged the base's main systems, triggering alarms. A fierce battle ensued, with humans and Thalriks fighting side by side. Leora, using her knowledge of both species' technologies, played a pivotal role in outsmarting the enemy. In the end, the team managed to destroy the base and escape, carrying with them the evidence needed to expose the Zarnith's crimes. They returned to Xylor victorious, having not only saved the Thalriks but also thwarted a galaxy-wide threat. Back on Xylor, the Thalriks family, once on the brink of extinction, now had a future. The humans, having risked everything to save them, had gained lifelong friends and allies. The bond between the two species grew stronger, a testament to the power of compassion, cooperation, and shared determination. As they prepared to leave Xylor, Dr. Lawson looked at the Thalriks family with a sense of pride and hope. "This is just the beginning," she said. "Together, we'll rebuild and ensure that the light of your civilization shines once more." The Thalriks and the humans looked to the stars, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, united in their quest for a brighter future. The evidence gathered from the Zarnith base was more damning and comprehensive than anyone had anticipated. It detailed plans for bioweapons, lists of target planets, and communications revealing the identities of key figures within the Zarnith faction. The Thalriks family, now recovering steadily, joined the humans in planning their next move. Back on Xylor, Dr. Lawson and her team set up a secure communications link to Earth. They transmitted the evidence, receiving immediate and urgent responses from Earth's defense and scientific communities. The news spread quickly, igniting a galaxy-wide outrage against the Zarnith. The Thalriks' home, once a beacon of despair, transformed into a bustling hub of activity. Representatives from allied planets, including humans, began arriving to aid in the reconstruction and to form a coalition against the Zarnith. Zarek and Mira, now healthier and more vibrant, took on leadership roles, guiding their people and allies. Leora and Kale, with their innate curiosity and growing knowledge, helped coordinate efforts, bridging the gap between the Thalriks and their new friends. Leora's bond with the humans deepened as she worked closely with Dr. Lawson, learning more about human medicine and technology. "We need to be prepared for any retaliation from the Zarnith," Dr. Lawson warned during a strategy meeting. "They won't take this defeat lightly." Zarek nodded, his expression resolute. "We must protect our world and ensure the safety of our allies. The Zarnith cannot be allowed to threaten anyone else." The coalition quickly mobilized, establishing a defense perimeter around Xylor and coordinating with other planets to strengthen their defenses. They also began planning an offensive to dismantle the remaining Zarnith strongholds and bring their leaders to justice. As preparations continued, Leora discovered encrypted messages within the Zarnith data. Working with Dr. Lawson and Dr. Myers, she deciphered the codes, revealing hidden communications between the Zarnith and a shadowy figure known only as the Architect. "The Architect appears to be the mastermind behind the bioweapon," Dr. Myers explained. "If we can identify and capture them, we could dismantle the entire operation." The coalition launched a covert mission to track down the Architect. Using the decrypted messages, they traced the communications to a remote planet on the fringes of the galaxy. Leora, determined to see the mission through, insisted on joining the team. Her knowledge and bravery had proven invaluable, and the coalition leaders agreed. The team, composed of humans, Thalriks, and other allied species, set out on the perilous journey. The remote planet, shrouded in mystery and danger, was known for its harsh environment and treacherous terrain. The mission tested their endurance and unity, but their resolve remained unwavering. Upon arrival, they discovered an underground facility heavily guarded by Zarnith forces. The Architect's presence was confirmed, and the team devised a plan to infiltrate the facility, gather evidence, and capture the Architect. Leora, utilizing her unique skills, led a small group through hidden tunnels to bypass the main defenses. Dr. Lawson and the rest of the team provided support, creating diversions and disabling security systems. The operation was risky, but their meticulous planning paid off. Inside the facility, they encountered advanced technology and bioweapon prototypes far more sophisticated than anything seen before. The scale of the architect's plans was staggering, and the team realized the full extent of the threat they faced. As they made their way deeper into the facility, they finally confronted the architect, a brilliant but twisted scientist obsessed with creating the ultimate weapon of control. The architect's motivations were revealed, a desire for power and dominance over the galaxy, fueled by a belief in the superiority of engineered life. A fierce battle ensued, testing the limits of the team's courage and cooperation. Leora, drawing on everything she had learned, played a crucial role in outmaneuvering the architect and disabling the facility's defenses. Dr. Lawson, with her strategic mind, coordinated the assault, ensuring their success. In the end, the architect was captured, and the facility was secured. The team transmitted the evidence back to the Coalition, revealing the full extent of the architect's plans and the Zarnith's involvement. The galaxy's response was swift and decisive, with widespread condemnation and mobilization against the Zarnith. Returning to Xylor, the team was met with celebrations and relief. The Thalric's family, now truly on the path to recovery and rebuilding, expressed their deep gratitude to their human friends and allies. The Coalition's victory marked the beginning of a new era of cooperation and unity. As the stars twinkled above Xylor, the Thalrics and their allies looked forward to a future of peace and prosperity. The bonds forged in the fires of adversity had created a resilient and united front, ready to face any challenge and ensure that no one would ever be left to die in the darkness again. With the architect captured and the evidence of the Zarnith's nefarious plans exposed, the coalition of humans, Thalrics, and other allied species prepared for a final, decisive strike against the remaining Zarnith strongholds. This mission aimed to dismantle the Zarnith's operations once and for all, and to ensure lasting peace in the galaxy. Back on Xylor, preparations were in full swing. The Thalric's homeworld, once a symbol of despair, had become a center of hope and resilience. With the Coalition's help, the Thalrics were rebuilding their society, and the unity between species had never been stronger. Zarek and Mira, now healthy and vibrant, led their people with renewed vigor, while Leora and Kale continued to learn and grow under the mentorship of their human friends. Dr. Lawson, now regarded as a hero among the Thalrics, coordinated with Coalition leaders, strategizing the final assault. "We must be precise and coordinated," she emphasized during a briefing. "Our goal is to neutralize the Zarnith's capacity to wage war and ensure that no other species suffers as the Thalrics have." Leora, having proven herself time and again, was assigned a critical role in the mission. Her knowledge of both Thalrics and human technology, combined with her bravery, made her an invaluable asset. She was to lead a team into the heart of the Zarnith's primary stronghold, using her unique skills to disable their defenses. The Coalition fleet, a diverse assembly of ships from various species, departed from Xylor, their destination, the Zarnith's central command base. The journey was fraught with danger, as the Zarnith had deployed advanced defenses and patrols to guard their last bastion. However, the Coalition's resolve was unshakable. As they approached the Zarnith stronghold, the fleet split into several strike teams, each with a specific objective. Dr. Lawson and Dr. Myers joined the command team, coordinating the assault and providing medical support. Leora's team, composed of elite soldiers and tech specialists, prepared for their infiltration mission. Upon reaching the stronghold, the Coalition launched a multifaceted attack. The skies lit up with the glow of energy weapons and explosions as ships engaged in fierce dogfights. On the ground, strike teams breached the Zarnith's defenses, fighting their way through heavily fortified positions. Leora's team used a stealth approach, slipping through hidden entrances and bypassing security systems. Their objective was the central control hub, where they would disable the Zarnith's automated defenses and communications. As they navigated the labyrinthine corridors, Leora's quick thinking and knowledge proved invaluable. Inside the control hub, the team encountered fierce resistance. Zarnith soldiers, armed with advanced weaponry, fought desperately to protect their stronghold. The battle was intense, but the Coalition's training and determination gave them the edge. Leora, using a combination of Thalric's agility and human technology, played a pivotal role in overcoming the defenders. Reaching the central control nexus, Leora connected her interface device, working swiftly to hack into the Zarnith systems. Alarms blared, and the situation grew increasingly tense. Her hands moved with precision and speed, her mind focused on the task. After what felt like an eternity, the defenses went offline, and the communications were jammed. "Control hub is secure," Leora reported, her voice steady despite the adrenaline coursing through her veins. "The Zarnith defenses are down." With the stronghold's defenses disabled, the Coalition forces quickly gained the upper hand. They pressed the attack, pushing deeper into the facility and neutralizing remaining pockets of resistance. The Zarnith, caught off guard and disorganized, began to falter. In the command center, Dr. Lawson and Dr. Myers coordinated with other leaders, ensuring that the mission proceeded smoothly. The Coalition's strategy, based on unity and cooperation, proved effective. They systematically dismantled the Zarnith's operations, securing vital intelligence and rescuing prisoners. As the battle reached its climax, the Coalition forces cornered the Zarnith leaders, including their military commanders and scientists involved in the bioweapon project. The architect, under heavy guard, was brought forward to witness the collapse of their plans. "This ends now," Zarek declared, standing before the defeated Zarnith leaders. "You sought to destroy us, but instead, you have united us. Your reign of terror is over." The Zarnith leaders, stripped of their power, were taken into custody to be tried for their crimes against the galaxy. The architect, once a figure of fear, now faced justice, their ambitions of dominance shattered. With the Zarnith threat neutralized, the Coalition forces returned to Xylor. The Thalric's homeworld, now free from the shadow of extinction, continued to rebuild and flourish. The bond between the Thalrics and their allies had grown into a powerful alliance, dedicated to peace and mutual support. Dr. Lawson, Dr. Myers, and the rest of the human team were honored by the Thalrics for their bravery and compassion. The humans had risked everything to answer a distant call for help, and in doing so, had forged an unbreakable bond with a species that had once been on the brink of extinction. Leora, now a symbol of hope and resilience, continued her studies, determined to become a healer and a leader for her people. Her journey had just begun, and she looked forward to a future filled with promise and unity. As the Coalition celebrated their victory under the twin suns of Xylor, the galaxy looked on with admiration and hope. The story of the Thalrics and the humans became a testament to the power of compassion, cooperation, and the unyielding belief that no one should ever be left to die in the darkness. And so, with the stars shining brightly above, the Thalrics and their allies faced the future together, ready to build a galaxy where peace, understanding, and unity prevailed.